Presenting Father Maguire, the fat chap in a flat cap. Viewer discretion is advised. Some of what you are about to see may shock you. It may astound you. You may want to see more. Fasten your seatbelts. This could get bumpy. Filmed in Technicolor. Good morning everybody, it is I, Father Maguire. It's just gone 9:30 on Saturday the 29th of January and I'm on my way for my medical. Yeah, the moment that we've been waiting for 3 months, nearly 4 months actually. And I've checked through my paperwork, made sure I've got everything. They want my driving glasses. They want the prescription for my driving glasses, which I had to contact my optician to get. They want a list of the medication that I take and when I started taking them. I think that's about it for me, but I've got everything ready. Got the cameras set up again, so I'm keeping an eye on the George cam today, just because it is bouncing about again. You know, I mean, I live in the sticks, so they're not very stable. In fact, this one looks even worse than it normally does, the mobile phone. I don't know why. I've turned it on its side, that might have something to do with it. It certainly doesn't look very good. It'd be better once I get on the A1, folks, hopefully. Because obviously the road's a little bit smoother. So yeah, I've got my paperwork ready, I've got my glasses ready, and I've got the cakes, of course, because once I've done the medical, I'm off to a couple of my, well, my auntie and my uncle, because they both said they wanted a coffee cake, so I've done them coffee cakes, and they're in the back waiting to go. Just got to navigate the A1 now, trying to get across it, and hopefully the traffic's going to be nice today, which it looks like it might be. Just one little BMW to get past. Right that way, it might have to wait a little bit on this one. It looks like there's quite a few cars coming. I don't think I'm going to make that one either. No. I don't want to make other cars brake, and there's a lorry coming as well, so I'd rather wait until the traffic behind that lorry had gone. This is always the risk anyway when you're trying to get over here. Yeah, here we go. Off we go. It's a bit overcast today actually. It looks like rain in places, although when I checked the forecast before I left, it didn't sort of say that there was going to be any rain today. But it does look a bit murky, honestly. Looks worse the nearer to Lincoln as well. Probably Nottingham might be getting a bit of rain. I know there's amber weather warnings out today because there's high winds. So not here, luckily. A bit further up North Yorkshire way, there's weather warnings. And it nearly blew me hat off actually this morning when I took George for a walk. I've got my phone turned sideways on this time instead of it being portrait. It's landscape, so it fills the video a bit more. Past this mobile home. They say on the information for the medical as well to be there 10 minutes early, and I've got to figure out where the hell I need to be when I get there anyway. I know where it is, as in the actual place I'm going to, I know it very well, but whereabouts in the place, I've no idea. So when I get there I should be off quick to figure out what the hell's going on. So yeah, I've not really done a lot since we last spoke, folks, really. I think it was just over a week ago. I think it was last Friday when I did the last video. I'll try and get this one up tonight. It depends what time I come back, because my plan is obviously medical first, then I'm going to go to my auntie's and say hello. I haven't seen her for a long time, or my uncle. And then I'll go to my other uncle's house and say hello there. I haven't been there for a while. And then on the way back home I might stop at Aldi's and just get some essentials, because I've got one banana left and I like to have bananas for breakfast. Although, to be fair, the last couple of days I've been having porridge, which is nice for a change. You don't always want a banana every day, a bit like the salads that I have, you know. I've come out without my salad today, so I'll have to have that tomorrow, because that's the last one, and then I'll need to make some more. Yeah, so that's it. Go to Aldi on the way home and just top up. Maybe, depends how I feel, to be fair. I might be a bit not wanting to be after spending so much time out of the house. I might want to get back there, you know. These have all got their lights on. Yeah, I might put mine on actually, it is a bit dark. Here's me saying the A1's a bit of a smoother road, and I'm hitting virtually every blooming bit of relayed tarmac there is. Settle down, and then you George, eh? Good boy. He's coming with me today. I don't know how much time he's going to get outside the car. But obviously it'll be in between, and whether my auntie and my uncle want him in the house, because my uncle's got a dog and 2 cats. So I'm not sure whether it'd be a good idea to take him in there. I don't know how they feel about that, so I'm not taking him in. I'm oh, fuck me, mate. I was going to let that motorcycle out, but he's decided to be a bloody idiot. He didn't bother doing shoulder checking to see. He's only a learner, so he's probably only on a 125 or something anyway. Maybe not even that. I don't really know what the laws are with motorcycles nowadays. Not sure. Alright, we're about on the turn off to go to Newark and head on the 46 to Lincoln. he's going to go in the outside lane and cut in because he's in a hurry, and he's the most important person on the road, of course. Yep. 20 years ago I probably would have done the same, but I just had, there's little point to it now, especially in this anyway. I mean, to be fair, he was in a smart car, but even that was probably more powerful than this one. Can't believe it as well, I got my car jet washed last weekend, and the back of it today is absolutely bloody filthy, and all I've done is gone to my mum's a couple of times when oh, that was the other thing I haven't told you about. I got the heating engineers come on Wednesday, so they arrived, they ripped out all the storage heaters, and they started to put the copper piping in for the new radiators that are going in on that airflow heating system, and somebody got the bloody delivery date wrong, so there wasn't any radiators to fit. So of course I went to mum's, and I was sat there and got a phone call because none of them had my phone number. So one of them went to my neighbour and said, can I borrow your phone, can you let him know, sort of thing, because they were telling her, and she's like, well, have you told him? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I mean, how ridiculous is that? They weren't going to tell me that they couldn't finish the job because somebody got the delivery date wrong. And then of course I'm like, so I've got no heating then? So he says, yep, you've got no heating. And I says, I've got no hot water. And he says, no, you've got no hot water. You can have a shower though, because it's electric. It's like, right. So obviously I'm not mad with them, because it's not their fault that somebody mucked up in the office and got the delivery date wrong. So I'm like, so when are you coming to do it? And he says, we'll be back tomorrow. So I had to do the same thing again. And very kindly, my mum was in the majority of the day on Thursday, so I went and spent the day with her in Melbourne again, just to get out of the house, because there was like 6 of them in there working, and they're the noisiest bunch of lads, honestly. 8 o'clock in the morning, they're effing and jeffing outside, and I'm thinking, I'm feeling so sorry for my neighbours, thinking, you know, they really should lower the tone a bit, but, well, not lower the tone, because the tone was lower the volume. But yeah, they weren't the quietest workers at all. Nice lads though, you know, they got the job done. I had to make a couple of points though. But on the first day, I noticed there was some blood on the wall in the kitchen and on the door, on the kitchen door, and I didn't say anything because they'd buggered off. By the time I got back, there was one guy standing outside, very kindly waiting for me. The electrician, and then apparently somebody was going to drop a couple of those little floor heaters off, so I did have some kind of heat just for the night. They're still there actually, nobody's been and collected them yet, but they're ready to go. So anyway, yeah, there was a bit of blood. So in Thursday morning when they come here, I said, just want a couple of things to point out to you. There's blood on the wall in the kitchen and the door, and it's not mine, because I know I cleaned that room the day before and I would have seen it. And then when they took the old water tank out of the cupboard in the kitchen, they smashed it to pieces on the grass outside at the back and left lumps of this really awful looking liquidy crap on the grass. And I pointed that out and I said, look, I don't want my dog to ingest that needs to go, and I'm not doing it. So that they cleaned it up anyway, which is, you know, it's only right, to be fair. It really looked like sediment and shit that was in the bottom of the water tank for years. You know, it's just, it really didn't look nice at all. So anyway, they did it. They were all right about it, and yeah, job done. So now I've got this airflow heating system in, and people say it's quite noisy, but when you're actually outside, it's not that noisy. The problem is, I live in a very small bungalow, and at night, because I like to have my doors open, I like to be a bit cooler than most people, I can hear the bloody thing from my bedroom, even though it's outside my bathroom window. So I've now had to start shutting the bathroom door so I don't hear it so much, because it's just a constant hum. And I'm obviously living in the sticks and being there for 3 years. I've got used to there being no noise. And yeah, it's I noticed it more last night than I did the night before, than I did Thursday night actually, because it was all new Thursday night, and I was tired after, you know, being out and being awake since 4 o'clock that morning. I woke up really early. Like today, I've been awake since 3:30 or something. I probably managed to get another half an hour's sleep at, I don't know, 6:30 or something. Excuse me. But yeah, I think it was thinking about this medical today, running through all the questions that are on the form, making sure that, you know, that I'm going to be able to pass it, then sending my forms off after I've signed them all and done the paperwork for that. I haven't brought a bloody pen with me, have I? No, dickhead. Well, I can't do it here, then I'll have to wait till I get home now. Bear with me. Sorry about that, folks. That was the doctor of the company that are running these medicals. What's this bloody guy doing? Pulled out, then he changed his mind and went back in again. He's asking where I am. I mean, it's not even 9:45. My medical's not until 10 o'clock. Not late at all. I'm bang on time actually, because I said to him I'll be there in 5 minutes, which is about right for where I am. Should only be about 5 minutes to get to the Bentley, because that's where I'm heading. Just navigating Swinderby roundabout. So with this heating system, I've taken meter readings to make sure I keep an eye on how much electricity is being used now. The other thing I should note as well is my existing electric company, SSE, have handed me off to another electric company called OVO, and I wanted to set up a standing order because I don't like trusting them with the direct debit. I ended up ringing SSE 3-4 times because they just started helping themselves to my money. And you know, when I'm on a fixed budget, they can't just help themselves like that. Well, I mean, they can with the direct debit, so I've cancelled it. And obviously, apparently it's going to cost me more money because I'm not paying by direct debit. Well, that's because I will be in charge, and I want to be in charge of how much money they're driving off me. Because, you know, it's alright. One time they want, like, they take 85 quid, and I'm only supposed to be paying 50. So it's like, you're taking a mick. And I ended up ringing 3 or 4 times complaining. The last time I did say to him, you do this once more and I'll change electric companies, no two ways about it. Well, I went on the comparison sites last night and none of them are giving you comparisons for electricity because of the impending rate charges that are rising. So I'm fucked basically. I've got to stick with OVO, and they said the cheapest direct debit that they could set up if I decided to have a direct debit was £87 a month. I mean, and then they went to this one. Oh, this one's fixed at 150. I'm like, you fucking joking, aren't you? Can't pay that. Not a chance. Can't pay anywhere near that. It's ridiculous. There we are. fact, I think the last time I came here was to do a taxi job, and it was picking Tom Rankin up or dropping him off or something. There was a black tie event going on, and I was definitely here doing a taxi job, and I can't remember how many years ago that was, but it was a long time ago. Alright, let's park here. Guard the car, George. Guard the car, my mate. Right, folks, I will catch you in a bit after I've had my medical. Speak to you later. Well, what can I say, folks? That took 7 minutes. He was just, I mean, we exchanged pleasantries, really. I gave him all the information he needed. I didn't need my driving glasses to see the bottom line on the eye chart, and that was it, and it was done. 7 minutes. I expected it to be a bit more thorough than that. He didn't weigh me or check my height, which is something else. He asked me how much there were. I could have told him I was 10 stone. I don't think he'd have cared. Would have been a lie, obviously. I mean, that's probably the weight of both my legs, but yeah. So, job done. As far as I know, I asked him, is there any problems? He says no. He says, just check your form, send it off. Job's a good one. Magic. So, I'm on my way to my auntie's now. I've sent her a message. I hope she's seen it, because it's a little bit earlier than I thought it would be before I was going to get there. I was thinking that it would be around lunchtime, because I thought this should take about an hour. But it didn't. They were very quick, and he was a nice guy, actually. He's from Lincoln, so yeah. Right, onwards and upwards. I'll catch you in a bit, folks. Hello folks, it's I again. Jobs are done. I've been to my auntie's, I've been to my uncle's. I'm now about to leave and head home. Well, not head home actually. I've decided I'm going to call in at Aldi's on the way back and get some shopping done. Now, I didn't really get to see me uncle, because apparently he's got man flu. So I just had a chat with my cousin outside for a few minutes, and spent quite a long time at my auntie's actually, which was nice, catching up and getting the latest gossip and sharing the word, you know. Very kind of that person to let me out. I don't really come to Lincoln all that often, and I can say I'm bloody pleased I don't, because the traffic is still as shit as I remember it. Even just going down one section of Tritton Road to get off another one took me about 15 minutes. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm pleased to be getting the hell out of here before it gets serious, you know, because it will. Rush hour and that, and I want to try and get out of Newark by that time as well, which I'm aiming for a good getting home for about 4 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. It don't take me long to do my shopping. So yeah, it's been good catching up and dropping the cakes off, and you know, that sort of thing. And I'll be glad. I'm starting to feel tired now. I mentioned earlier on that I've been awake since about 3:30. And I'm starting to feel it a bit. I mean, obviously, it's not likely I might have a power nap when I get home, but I want to get to Aldi and buy some more bananas and get some more satsumas, get some more fruit and veg. I don't think I need any veg actually. No, I've got some carrots and that, so I'll just get a few bits and bobs and bugger off home. George has been very well behaved. As you can tell, the George Cam is back in operation again, and my Auntie Jane, in fact, the whole family love her, love him to bits. Absolutely, he was very well behaved and got lots and lots of fuss. So yes, thank you very much for the hospitality. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm surprised actually. I'm normally not super comfortable after a certain amount of time away from home, but I felt very relaxed there, I have to say. That's a credit to them, and it was nice to have a good chin wag. So that's it for the weekend for me, I think, really. Phone's shaking up and down like a madden again. I need to get a better mount for this, I think, because I found out that there's no stability setting at all on this phone. It's just unstable, and I can't like activate a stable setting that you can get in some action cams. Even the one that I'm using has got it built in, but this model of phone hasn't got it. Otherwise I'd have sorted that out a while ago. You can't even put any software in. You have to wait for Samsung to update to be able to activate something like that on it in the firmware. So that's not happening. I've seen online people have sort of said they want it, and Samsung get your act together sort of thing. They haven't done it yet. And I've had this phone actually, when I think about it, I'm due for not an upgrade, but renewing the contract. I think I'm 18 months into a 2-year now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. So I could upgrade the phone and hopefully get one that has got it, but I don't really want to do that until I'm earning, because I want to go on an unlimited mobile network in terms of data. That way, if I decide to start streaming on Twitch instead of vlogging, I can make use of it better. We'll see. My cousins are off to watch Lincoln play today. They've got season tickets, so fingers crossed that we win for them. Playing Burton Albion apparently. I used to watch Lincoln home and away with my dad, but I sort of fell in love with Liverpool and not really, you know, kept going to visit Lincoln or Liverpool for a while. I haven't been to see Liverpool for a few years now because it's just too expensive. Not that I'm saying it's expensive to go see Lincoln, it's not all that, and you know, I could support my local team and I really should, but I can't afford it at the minute anyway. I'm not in a position to be doing that sort of expense week in, week out. Looking forward to having a day of not doing a lot. No football this weekend for me, no Liverpool till next weekend I think. Might be an FA Cup match in the middle actually somewhere. Well, I know that most of the players have been posting photographs of themselves on holiday in Dubai, and you know, I think Alisson's playing for Brazil at the minute in the competition over there, because apparently he got red carded twice in one game, and both the red cards were turned over by VAR. So I should be interested to see what that was all about when someone puts a video up. Yes. Right, I'll catch you when we get get closer to Aldi's. Bye bye. Right, so that's that done. I've actually been in Aldi's and got the shopping done, and it's now about 25 to 4 and I'm heading home. I was going to treat myself to a burger at McDonald's, but it's a bit early. I've not had any lunch, I'm hungry, but I'd rather go home, have a bite to eat and then have my tea at a proper time, to be honest. Plus I don't fancy getting stuck in traffic just to go and get a burger, which I'm going to, because there's this time of the day there'll be bloody loads of people queuing up there. And now I'm getting held up here because people are blocking the exit. And the same thing's going to happen again because people are blocking it again. quick in and out. It's like a pit stop at Aldi. I was like, I don't need to be down this aisle, don't need to be down that aisle. Stop looking at the chocolate, Phil. Stop looking at the chocolate. And I avoided buying any chocolate. So cheap in there, honestly. You can get like 10 sort of mini Mars, 6 mini Mars bars for 60p, and they're lovely, even though, you know, they are lovely. They're also 177 calories each, and literally almost every bar of the information about them is red. So I know that they're very bad for you, really. And I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? You know, the Mars bars, or the, you know, what they call Titans, I think. Titans, and what are the Snickers that they call? Is it Raiders or something like that? They're very nice as well, and they're high in calories as well. Even though they're not the same size as a Snickers, they're still high, and they're very nice and very cheap. 62p for 6, and so easy to eat more than one, because they're sort of not really fun size, but they're not full size either. Well, full size in terms of putting up against a Mars bar or a Snickers anyway. And I avoided it. I accomplished what I achieved. I didn't buy any crap while I were in there. I didn't buy anything that I didn't need to, and I've avoided going to McDonald's. I consider that a double victory, because that would have been 5 or 6 quid that, you know, I could have spent on weekly shopping, and now can, because I didn't go to McDonald's, and now I'm stuck behind somebody doing 20 mile an hour for whatever reason in a 40 zone. Come on! I want to get home. Hurry up! I'm tired. They're right slow, these are, George. I think it's because he's got his dad in the car, maybe. It's some young lad driving. And his dad sat there. Now you will obey the speed limit, George. Yes, you'll stay at 30. Even though it says 40, it's good to stay at 30. Not good for me. Come on! Move! Been a good day. Been nice to being out the house for a bit. No football this weekend until, Christ, I don't even know when Liverpool play next. Is it like next week on FA Cup Day maybe, or something? But they're all on holiday, enjoying themselves. And we've signed a new player, Luis Diaz. I had a quick look at his show reel as well to see what skills he's got, and fucking hell, he does look a decent signing. Yes, he does. He's actually accelerated a bit now. We're doing nearly 40, which is much better. I'm ready for a sit down. Well, not a sit down, but I'm ready for another coffee and a bite to eat before tea. And I'll have to think about what I'm going to do for tea, because I did my mum one of her bologneses. I warmed that up and had some handful of chips and a bit of garlic bread with that last night. I think I've got a meal in the fridge actually ready to go. Chicken, mixed veg and boiled tatties ready to go in the microwave tonight. I think I'll have a little bit of gravy with it. See if we can get on the L8. Oh yeah, looking good folks. Certainly a lot brighter now than it was this morning, because it looked like, I mean, To be fair, when I stopped at my aunties, it did actually start spitting, and it was proper dark. It certainly brightened up. Very nice. Right folks, I'm going to sign off because I've not really got a lot else to say now, and I'll let the time lapse see us out to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, it's much appreciated. And I will see you on the next one, wherever that way may be, because now I've got to send the documents off and wait a couple of weeks for my licence to come back. Then I've got to let the trainers know that I've got my licence back with the provisional entitlements on it, and then they'll book me in for my theory test and blah 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 when they see fit. So I'm not sure when my next video will be. I'll try and do one next week if I'm going out somewhere. If not, it'll be next time I see you. Thank you very much for being here. Take care for now. Father Maguire out.